Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Going to read through the full article here. There is a link in the description, and this is the first video for today. Going to do several videos today. I might possibly do a live stream later today, my time, Australia. Just look out for notifications if that's your kind of thing, and the time-wise may be utterly inappropriate for you, and it may not even happen. But anyway, I'll just mention that very quickly at this point. This article that I'm going to read through now is in regards to an attempted abduction which occurred in Poole, Dorset, South England, and this happened around 3 p.m. Friday. Essentially, a mother was pushing her 4-month-old baby. We don't know if it was a boy or a girl. I guess that's kind of irrelevant, but she was pushing her 4-month-old baby in her pram, her pushchair, and then all of a sudden she was approached by two men in a white van. The two men got out of the van. They grabbed the pushchair. They tried to snatch the baby from the pushchair. Thankfully, the mother reacted extremely well, I have to say. The article says that she was quick thinking. I'm going to say, no, she didn't even think. It was pure instinct, I dare say. She kicked out at one of the men, and thankfully that was enough. Thankfully that was enough to scare these two evil cowards to go back into the van, leaving the baby with its mother. And the baby was unharmed. So this is great news, essentially. An attempted abduction, Poole, Dorset, South England, Friday 3 p.m. And it failed. So well done the mother for doing what she did. She kicked out, and it was enough. So thankfully, both are unharmed. The police are calling for anyone that might have CCTV footage to come forward. So a lot of people have dash cam footage nowadays on their cars. So if you were in the area of Poole, Dorset, Friday 3 p.m, give or take, a little bit before, a little bit after, if you, please do come forward with your dash cam footage. If you're able to review that, if you see any white vans, obviously there are a lot of white vans out there. Tradesmen use white vans generally. Feel free to go forward to the local authorities, the Dorset Police. Anyone with home CCTV systems or doorbell cameras in the local area are also encouraged to come through. We do have a description of the two men. They're both white males. They're both white males. One of the men is described as white, 6 foot 2 inches tall, aged in his 30s, and of medium build with short, dark brown hair. He was wearing a black vest, black trousers, and black trainers. A lot of black. He had a tattoo on his right hand. The second man is described as white, again 6 foot 2 inches tall, of medium build with short stubble. So both 6 foot 2, so that's particularly tall, not outrageously tall, but particularly tall. Two white men in their 30s. One's in their 30s, the other isn't mentioned. The second man is also wearing black clothing, as well as a thin silver chain around his neck. At present, the motive behind this incident is not known. So it seems to be, as far as we can ascertain, seems to be a random attack. A random attack, well, perhaps not so random, in that I would presume they wanted to snatch a baby for reasons. So I would presume that would be for human trafficking purposes. I really don't want to say this next part. Don't even listen to this next part. It could even be for sex trafficking purposes. I don't know. Why do people snatch babies? Was it to sell the baby? Was there a wealthy couple that wanted to buy a baby? Don't know. It's too scary to really contemplate, but we must contemplate these things, which is why I do make these videos, or part of the reason is because it is important. There's a lot of fucking darkness out there in the world. Poole, Dorset is a nice area. It's a nice suburban area. It's full of pleasant people. And yet this darkness persists. They try to snatch a baby. It's fucking awful. And this is probably one of the lighter topics I'm going to cover today, to be honest. It's lighter because thankfully nobody was harmed. the baby wasn't taken, thankfully, because the mother's instincts kicked in, and the two pieces of shit that wanted to snatch the baby were pathetic cowards. So I do hope that the investigation continues. I hope that people do start paying attention to their dash cam footage, their home CCTV systems. You know, I've got a Ring doorbell. My wife watches that every 5 minutes. But yeah, we've got to come forward. If we have any evidence or potential evidence, we do have to cooperate with the police so that they can, I don't know, they can do what they can do, which is, I know in some ways, like my feeling there for a fleeting moment is that in some ways this all seems pointless, doesn't it? So what if they catch these two guys? So what? There's going to be other people that do it too. You know what I mean? We could be utterly despondent when we see so much tragedy, but ultimately we have to do what we have to do, and hopefully police and investigators, and with the community's help, I support CCTV footage. I support that a lot. I don't do anything illegal. Not entirely true, but the illegal things I do are, you know, pretty lightweight, to be honest with you. Streaming. Yeah, so I don't really do anything illegal. So what do I have to fear about being caught on CCTV footage? I don't have to fear anything. My family doesn't have to fear anything. We don't do bad things. So to me, I know there's an argument against people's personal privacy and security, and that there is an escalation that can occur. We can have facial recognition, and perhaps that someday that will lead to a social credit system being brought into the West, as it is in China already, has been for a while. But I don't know. I value my safety. I value society's safety, and I feel that security cameras can go a very long way to protect that. So can drones. You know, and we're going to have robo dogs. We've seen them. We've seen little clips of robo dogs used by the police in China, in America. So we're going to have these robots. It's going to be a thing within the next 2 decades for sure. I don't know. Maybe it's all fruitless, and we'll just continue to live in a despotic dystopia, or a dystopia rather. But I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea to at least try to improve the situation. I know I've gone on a huge ramble here, so I'm going to wrap things up at this point. Going to make a few more videos, and then going to think about doing a live stream. As I say, don't expect that to be guaranteed, but I might do. I'll thank you for your time, guys. Have a great rest of your day.